What's
What
up?
is up? We're back again. Back again.
Yeah,
Welcome to White
it's
Boys
been a
Talk
minute.
Hoops.
It's been a minute, hasn't it?
It has been a minute. Kings of inconsistency over here. We're just
Yeah,
gonna rock with it.
we just rock with it. Sometimes you got to roll with what's going on in life. It's all right. No, we got plenty to talk about now. That's the good thing about being inconsistent. We lose track of some stuff, so we got plenty to talk about once we get here.
True. We aren't struggling trying to look around for topics. One thing I would just like to say, I was right.
You were right.
And you
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
That we have to talk about it. That's what we're here for.
I know, but I don't want to.
So we're just gonna bring up pain for you. Warriors won the championship. Like I said all along.
I don't know what happened.
They won in Warriors fashion. 1-6. Like I've been saying all along, they're a veteran team. They know how to get it done, and they did.
Yeah, no. Mad shout out to them. They honestly ran through these playoffs. I don't think there was one series where it even looked like they weren't going to win.
No, they didn't go. I don't think they went to like. No, I seen a graphic. They were not in a single elimination game against themselves this whole playoff run.
Not surprised whatsoever. They were dominant the whole time.
They were. Steph Curry was dominant. Really, it's just Steph Curry, and they built a great team around him. They got to the point where, like, just everybody on their team can do something. It's not just the Steph Curry show, even though he is the one popping off. But you don't got to rely on only him no more.
Nope. Tatum played bad the whole series.
He did. He kind of just disappeared.
We never got that Jason Tatum game. But, I mean, that's okay. This team, other than Horford, this team's still super young.
Yeah.
Marcus Smart's 28, but, like...
He's in his prime. He's coming up.
Yeah, but, like, Horford's old, Smart's 28, and I think that's really it as far as, like, age goes for the team. Everybody else is, like, early to mid-20s.
Yeah, and Boston's going to bring Horford back.
And Tatum's only 19.
Yeah, he's still only 19. What the heck? How has he made 3 conference finals appearances
in 4 years?
Finals appearance in 4 years at 19. What?
Crazy, bro.
Crazy. Goat level.
No, right but Tatum was just bad this whole series.
Yeah. Game 6 came around. He scored, what was it, only two points in the entire second half.
Yeah. I don't know how you're the best scorer on the team and you put up 2 points in the second half of a winner go home.
Yeah, that's just unacceptable.
Yeah.
Unacceptable.
Jalen
Brown tried, yeah.
Jalen Brown was a highlight. I'm really
surprised. Boston's going to be back.
Oh yeah, Boston will be back. Like this, that's not me being a biased Celtics fan. I give it within the next few years, we'll have a Celtics championship. I think we saw that today. You know what I'm really surprised, and I haven't seen anybody talking about? What? There wasn't a Draymond Green Marcus Smart fight.
No, there wasn't.
I was fully expecting that to happen, and it just never did.
Yeah, I don't really know. Draymond, at least he kind of showed up in that last game. He showed up and did Draymond things. Klay Thompson is still, we talked about it last episode, how he's been struggling and trying to figure out what his future is, and he's still struggling. He had that game 6, it's game 6 Klay Thompson. He's going to put up his 20 shots, which he did, but he only made 5 of them.
Yeah, Klay is definitely not the Klay of old. Everybody loves Klay, but the reality is he shredded all of the tendons in his leg, essentially.
Yeah,
he's not gonna ever really get back to that.
No,
not back to the level he was. As much as we all want him to. I hope I'm wrong, but those severe of injuries, no.
But the fact that the Warriors were able to get it done without Klay Thompson just proves how good of a team they are.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Proves how good of a coach Steve Kerr is. Yeah, dynasty. That's been a talk going around a lot recently too.
They 100% are a dynasty. You got 4 titles in 8 years with the same core. That's a dynasty.
That is a dynasty. There are people in Celtics media who are being biased and like trying to say that this, trying to back up. You know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah, is it Bill Simmons?
I think it is Bill Simmons talking about how the Warriors aren't a dynasty, saying the Spurs aren't even dynasty from like the 2000s.
Didn't they say the Shaq and Kobe team wasn't a dynasty? The three-peat
Shaq
team?
and Kobe, yeah, yeah. Do you claim him as your Celtics as a Celtics fan?
No.
You don't
We
claim him?
I don't. We claim smart basketball fans here in C Nation. And we're like, yeah, no, that's dumb. They're not a dynasty. 4 titles in 8 years. They've won more titles in the past 4 years than like half the organizations have total.
True. Now,
Which
for the
they also
Celtics-
moved up. They also moved up the all-time titles placement too. They're now in 3rd.
Yeah. 6 or no, not 6.
7.
7. Yeah.
7 total titles. I think Boston and LA are tied for first at 16,
17.
17. Then it's Warriors 3, and then Bulls at 4 with 6.
Yeah.
I don't know the order after that.
It's probably like a bunch of ties, like the Spurs in there, and like I don't know, but I didn't realize it like until like this finals was happening. But I never realized the Celtics made the conference finals like so many years consecutively in the past like 4 or 5 years. Do you think that if they can get a championship under their belt, that they will be considered a dynasty in the future?
I think they need more than one. I think they need a couple. Conference finals don't really do anything if you don't make it to the finals.
I guess not.
Yeah.
So what do you think the Celtics need to do to get over the hump then?
Ricky Rubio.
I would like Ricky Rubio in a Celtics jersey.
I have been saying this whole season that we need a primary playmaking point guard. Marcus Smart, the point guard's been good. Don't get me wrong. But I would rather have somebody who can play make and just distribute the ball so that Tatum and Brown and all of them can focus on scoring it.
Yeah.
Ricky Rubio might not be the top tier option, but like that mold of player. I've heard rumors of Brogdon. I wouldn't hate Brogdon.
I've seen Brogdon rumors too. I think I would like Brogdon a little bit more than Rubio because
I think I would rather have Rubio's play style. Because Brogdon's like will score too. Rubio will just distribute the ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brogdon and Rubio, I think, are good options. They need to be smart with how they pay Horford. You know,
they're going to give him a team friendly deal as well. The rumors I've been seeing, he's probably going to get like 1 or 2 year with the team option, probably worth like close to 10 a year.
I'd be okay. I'm okay with that. We just can't afford to pay him another max.
Oh no, he's not gonna max. He's 36 years old.
Yeah. So yeah, Rubio. I want Rubio in a C's jersey. But I've been saying that all year.
Yeah, you have been saying that all year. Just like I've been saying the Warriors are going to win the championship, but what?
I'm pretty sure the Warriors were not your early season pick.
They were my playoff pick once the playoffs started. I never once. No, I was Golden State all the way since round 1.
Nice.
All the way. Maybe.
Okay.
So after the NBA championship happened, we got to the draft where we're both actually happy about. You know, us also being from Detroit, I think we had the best draft night out of any team. Just not even being biased.
So they I'm super happy with the draft. Jalen Durant is probably one of my biggest, like my favorite prospects going in to the draft.
Jaden Ivey at 5, dude.
That's his name. Jaden Ivey. He wants to be in Detroit. Back-to-back years, we drafted people who want to be in Detroit. I am hyped.
Dude, it is Jaden Ivey's meant to be. Mom played for the Detroit Spark. His dad played for, or not dad, his granddad played for the Lions. Like, dude, he's just. It's meant to be here, and I couldn't be happier. I could not be happier as a
That
Detroit fan.
backcourt is going to be a great backcourt.
Dude, I've been saying for the last couple of days that Jaden Ivey is making up for us not drafting Dwayne Wade what we could have in 2003. Because that's who he gets compared to. Is like he gets the D Wade play style, and
But he was compared to Ja.
Well, you're not really going to listen to Kendrick Perkins comparison, are you?
Fair enough. I didn't know that was Perks.
Yeah,
So
Perk
let's
had some crazy comparisons.
All right, so let's go through the draft order. First overall pick. Everybody thought this was going to be Jabari Smith Jr. And it wasn't. Paolo
10 minutes before the draft started, Woj dropped a bomb and it was like, yo, it ain't Jabari no more. It's going to be Chet. Or not Chet, Paolo.
Yeah, I'm not super surprised. Every report that I saw was, or like, I didn't do a whole lot of research on the draft. I'm not a huge college basketball guy, but everything that like I did see, it was Paolo's the most NBA ready. Paolo's the most NBA ready. Paolo's the most NBA ready. And you know what? That's good for the Magic. The Magic are, if they figure out their logjam of players, I think Markelle needs to be traded. John Isaac needs to be traded. Terrence Ross needs to be traded. Those three.
Mo Bamba's entering free agency, so he might not.
He'll probably get traded. Those four.
He'll probably get signed and traded.
They trade those four for picks, and I think this team is set up for the future.
Honestly, Orlando could have gone with any of those three forwards, and they would have won.
Yeah,
like you can't go wrong with any of those three. OKC definitely got their guy. They've been eyeing Chet like for months.
Everybody knew the Thunder was taking Chet.
Yeah.
I actually really like Chet. I've seen stuff from Chet from when Chet was in high school. Because this rookie class is younger than us.
Are they really? No, that's the first.
The one and dones are younger.
Oh my God, Chet was born in 2002.
Oh, so he's my age.
He's May 1st, 2002.
Oh, he's literally a month older than me.
Dude, what? How are these people getting drafted making millions? And I'm older.
And we're in our rooms making a podcast.
Talking about these people younger than us. I hate it.
So these guys are our age. That's insane.
That's what happens when you get the 5'6" curse. But
yeah. But no.
I want to talk about the Kings selling again.
Well, we're not to that pick yet. So can we finish talking about the Thunder and then?
I'm antsy. I like the Kings failing.
Messed up. So no, the Thunder took their guy. He's been talking positive about OKC this whole time, which meant Jabari Smith fell to the Rockets. Did you see the clip of him at the draft when he got drafted? Rockets.
I watched the draft. He looked so disappointed.
He was like, "Bro, what?" I don't know if it's like I don't want to play in Houston or I'm disappointed I didn't go number one or what. But like Brody did not look happy.
I honestly like if it were me, I think it would probably be a case of him just not being happy that he was the number one pick. Because honestly, both Orlando and Houston, they're both kind of iffy. I don't really know who you would prefer out of the two, but it's probably just
I'd rather play for Orlando, but I'd just rather live in Florida than Texas.
That's fair, yeah. It could be a money thing too. I don't know what the money difference is between 1 and 3, but he definitely lost out on a couple dollars.
Yeah, not getting. I'm pretty sure the first overall pick is like 13. No. Dang it, 2K, why are you failing me? I think the first overall pick is like 10 mil and the third is like 7 mil.
Yeah. I also seen that Jabari Smith, they're saying how he was one of the few people to be drafted in the lottery out of Auburn. Like not very many people come out of Auburn. Congratulations, props to all those top 3 guys though. All of them are going to be great. I'm super excited for next season. There are going to be guys like later in this draft that we've never even heard of. They're just going to come up and do great, like every year.
So you want to talk crap about the Kings for a second?
Dude, the Kings suck. They suck. Why? Like they drafted
Keegan Murray at number 4.
Keegan Murray. Now, the one thing I will say that kind of makes sense for them taking Keegan Murray is that they want to make the playoff push, and he is the one that everybody was saying is the most NBA ready out of everybody in the draft. So like I can understand it. He's also the oldest dude in the draft, but dude, it's
they said from
Kings.
They said from the get-go that they weren't a huge fan of Jaden Ivey.
And that's just because they're bad.
They wanted to pair somebody in the backcourt, or excuse me, the front court with Domas instead of in the backcourt with Fox because they tried that with Halliburton and that didn't work, even though it was given like not even a full season.
Yeah.
Or no, it was like a season and a half because they already
Yeah. But since the Kings passed up on Jaden Ivey, he's obviously going to turn into a Hall of Famer because that's just the Kings' luck. So we got lucky here.
Nice. We talked about Jaden Ivey coming to Detroit. You know, we're super hyped about that. I'm gonna be honest. Past the top 5, I don't know a whole lot of who these guys are.
Me neither. We're not draft type people. Benedict Mathurin, he's been the dude going around social media saying that he just wants to 1v1 LeBron because he doesn't know how good he actually is. Have you seen any of that going around?
No.
So Benedict Mathurin, the dude the Pacers took at 6, has been going around on social media or in interviews just saying that, like, I don't really know if LeBron's really as great as everybody says he is. I'm not going to say he's better than me. He's literally saying LeBron's not better than him. He doesn't believe any player is better than him, which is a good mentality to have. It's definitely a good mentality to have, but he's coming out here like saying that like I'm better than LeBron. We're gonna have to wait and see till when we actually play him.
Oh, LeBron is dunking on this kid.
Yeah, he is just gonna show no mercy, and it's gonna be great. I can't wait. Shaedon Sharpe at 7 is the dude I thought we were gonna end up getting in Detroit. So all the mock drafts had us thinking.
Speaking of the Trailblazers, how a 2025 first-round pick for Jeremy Grant? Is the market that low for these like above-average power forwards?
We pretty much traded Jeremy Grant for Jalen Durant in the end because that pick ended up going to the Jalen Durant trade. But we'll get to that when we get to the Knicks. We'll talk about that trade.
Dyson Daniels. Oh, go ahead.
Shaedon Sharpe, I love his fit for the Trailblazers. Honestly, I don't think they could have picked better. Shaedon Sharpe is literally just the defensive shooting guard, and he's going to be playing next to Dame. So, like, I really like that fit.
Not for very long. Dame's gone before the end of the season. That's my call.
I give it to the trade deadline. If they're out of the playoffs and the trade deadline, that man better request a trade.
And yeah, he needs to. Dyson Daniels, from what I've heard, again, this is just stuff we've heard. We haven't done any research ourselves because we're not college basketball people. We're just not. We watch March Madness, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Dyson Daniels, I've heard, is a point guard. He was drafted by the Pelicans. He's that playmaker of like Lonzo Ball build, which is great because the Pelicans just lost Lonzo Ball. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of Point Zion, and I'm not a fan of Point CJ.
Zion should not be running point. He should not be running. Dyson Daniels is also the third person to ever go into the top 10 out of the G League Ignite. So that's something.
Jalen Green, Dyson Daniels. Who's the third one? I know it was the same draft as Jalen Green.
Jonathan Kuminga.
Oh, it was Kuminga.
Yeah, he went at 7, I think. But yeah, top 10. Third person to go top 10 from G League. So that's pretty cool to see all these college guys, or not college guys skipping college and still being able to show that this route works. Let's go on to number 9, Jeremy. I don't even know how to say his last name. And
just for the record, we're not gonna do like every pick in the draft.
No,
we're gonna do like the lottery and then like some bigger stuff that we think.
Yeah, I think we're probably just going to finish out the lottery, and there are a couple names outside of the lottery that I recognize that I want to touch over, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Just a couple names.
Jeremy Sochan.
I think it's Sohan. He was the sixth man in college. I love when teams draft a dude who came off the bench in college in the top
Patrick
10.
Williams.
I love that. So we're really gonna have to wait and see what he does. That's a Spurs pick though.
Yeah.
Johnny
Davis,
Davis.
the Wizards. I thought the Wizards were going to take Ty Washington.
I did too. I was actually kind of big on Ty Washington. He was one of my favorite guys coming into the draft. I really thought that's where he's going to end up too.
Yeah.
Ousmane Dieng.
Yeah, I missed that one. Ousmane Dieng.
The first of many Knicks trades.
Drafted by the Knicks, traded to the Thunder. There's another rookie big man in Thunder.
They're just the Thunder are going to have that case where they just have everybody on their roster being a year 3 or younger player. I don't know what they're doing trading for more players in the draft when they have so many picks to begin with anyways. That was kind of a confusing one to me, honestly.
Yeah, my guess is they're going to start packaging some of those soon.
They did give a couple picks to the Knicks for that trade. I think the Knicks have like 3 first-round picks, maybe 4 next year. They got a lot of
good
picks
for the Knicks.
draft.
It's not like they'll draft anybody that will make an impact. They're the Knicks.
The Thunder with that next pick also took Jalen Williams. They drafted both Jalen Williams in this draft.
Nice.
Kind of reminiscent of the New York Jets 2 years ago taking 2 Michael Carters.
I forgot about that.
I don't really know. Oh, no, I'm skipping one. 13. Then we get to the Jalen Durant thing.
Dude, you were texting me during this, and I was so confused.
Yeah, you weren't watching it, but I was. I was texting you trying to I was so confused trying to decipher what happened because we had Shams tweeting Jalen Durant to the Knicks. Then we had Woj tweeting Jalen Durant to the Pistons. And that's literally all they said. And there was so much so much Twitter arguments going on trying to figure out what is going on. Yeah, confusion. But ended up being that Jalen Durant just got traded twice within the first 15 seconds of his NBA career. So
the Hornets drafted him and traded him to New York. And then New York traded him and Kemba to Detroit. I like Jalen Durant in Detroit. Did we really need Kemba?
I don't know what the logic is to throw in Kemba in that deal.
I wonder if it's the type of thing where it's like, yeah, you can have Durant, but take Kemba with him.
Yeah, maybe New York just didn't want to buy out the $9 million, but we have so much cap room over here in Detroit, so we're just gonna buy him out.
Especially since we didn't take anybody back from the Jeremy Grant trade.
And all we did was give up that pick we got from the Jeremy Grant trade.
I'm okay with that.
The Knicks were trying to talk to us about getting Jaden Ivey back, but we were Detroit put their foot down and they're like, no, we're not giving up this man.
No, he wants to be here.
Which is good. I love Troy Weaver. Troy Weaver is just the savior of this city. He's making me so happy.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the lottery.
It's pretty much the lottery. A couple guys down this list that I want to talk about. We already talked about Ty. He went to Memphis. I like that because it doesn't look like Memphis is going to keep Tyus Jones. So I really like bringing in Ty to bring back up.
What pick was Ty?
29.
29. I actually want to go up a few picks to 27, mainly for the fact that it's Nikola Jovic.
Mm-hmm.
He is, from the stuff I've seen, he is a shooting guard in a power forward's body.
Yeah, that's what I've seen. The dude just shoots and he ball handles.
Yeah. I've also seen a bunch of memes because he got drafted to Miami.
Yeah.
Where it's like Nikola Jovic and Marcus Smart's like, no. Or not Marcus Smart, Markieff Morris.
Markieff Morris. He's going to get confused and attack him on accident. We're going backwards at this point. Going up to 24. I was big on Marion Beauchamp also. Him going to the Bucks is pretty big for the Bucks. He's a dude that could just get the ball and score. So that's a pretty good pickup for them. that might be all I have for the draft.
Yeah, I'm trying to look into the second round for things that I like recognize, and I don't really recognize anybody in the second round.
Nah, but all these guys, like they're guys. Oh yeah, Jaden Hardy to the Kings. He fell down a lot. I thought he was gonna go way higher.
Yeah.
That's really the last name. Every year there are going to be guys that just come up and show up out of the blue, like Jose Alvarado did this year, like Herb Jones, and like
I know Sharif O'Neal signed a summer league contract with the Lakers.
he did.
Scottie Pippen Jr. signed a two-way contract with the Lakers.
That's interesting. I don't really know what to make of that.
And Ron Harper Jr. signed a two-way contract with the Raptors. So these guys didn't get drafted but are still getting contracts. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Just I honestly would love to see like a guy like Sharif O'Neal become an NBA player, just because I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I like seeing
obviously like we want everybody to succeed too. We like to enjoy basketball,
except for Draymond.
We don't want nobody to fail.
Green.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
All right.
So you want to hit these few trades that happen?
Yeah.
So, did we ever address the Christian Wood trade?
We might have addressed the Christian Wood trade.
I don't remember.
I think we did. We can touch on it though.
Christian Wood got sent to Dallas for a bag of chips.
Pretty much.
4 players that didn't touch the floor the entirety of the playoff run, and a second.
And Boban. Sadly for Boban.
They keep saying Boban. Boban makes these like amazing friendships with his teammates, and then they trade him away.
You know, I think it was during the conference finals run, there was that picture going around on Twitter with him and Luka going out to dinner. I wonder if that was his farewell dinner because he knew.
That's messed up.
Sad. Yeah.
I like Christian Wood if he's a power forward. I don't like him as a center.
Yeah. I don't know if they would get very far with Christian Wood running him at the center. Small ball lineup would work in the regular season and they'd be really successful, but come playoff time, I don't know how well that's going to work.
Yeah. I don't see a world where you win a championship with Christian Wood as your starting center.
Me neither. But he's still better than anybody they had on their team last year besides JB and Luka. If they can keep Jalen Brunson, I don't know why they would even let him walk. I would definitely try and re-sign him if I was Dallas. I know the Knicks are targeting him, and that's supposedly why they traded Kemba and did all those picks is to free up money. But if I was Dallas, I'd definitely try and keep JB. And maybe they can make another run next year. Christian Wood.
They need to keep Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson fits beautifully next to Luka.
Yeah.
Then we've got the Jeremy Grant trade.
Mm-hmm.
I way overestimated Grant's value, apparently.
Yeah, me too. I thought we were definitely going to get back more than just a buck.
I thought we were going to get number 7. I was like, oh, we got a first-round pick. They must have given us number 7. No, 2025 first-round pick. What?
I mean, honestly, if we would have gotten number 7, I still think Detroit would have taken Jalen Durant. Honestly.
At 7?
Yeah. Because if they took Jaden Ivey at 5, that's really what we would need next is a big. We need a forward.
Yeah.
And looking through this draft list, everybody that was available, Jalen Durant probably would have been the best bet for us.
Yeah. And that's all the trades, right? Other than the draft trades.
Yeah. We don't got to go over every little tiny pick swap, but
yeah.
All right.
So one last thing. With us drafting Jalen Durant and already having Isaiah Stewart, these DeAndre Ayton to Detroit rumors, do you think they're going to slow down or do you think they're going to pick up and we move Beefs too?
You know, it's hard because I have been saying DeAndre Ayton to Detroit for a couple weeks before all these rumors even started. And I'm a fan of Beefs too. I honestly don't want to trade him. I want to keep him here.
Yeah, I like that. Like he's that bruiser on the team.
Yeah, he is definitely the bruiser. I don't see him being able
Brody
to
tried to scrap
successfully.
LeBron. I loved it.
This is the best moment of the season, no doubt. But
At
I
least
don't
from a
see a
Pistons
successful
perspective.
team with him running power forward. I don't see us being successful with that.
No. Can Jalen Durant run the power forward?
I have no idea if he can even shoot or not. But real quick, because we're poor, we can't afford Zoom Premium. We're gonna have to break this up. So give us 2 seconds. All right, back. That wasn't that long.
No.
DeAndre Ayton, though. I hope we do still pursue him. Honestly, if we do get him, I think we could make a similar playoff push to how the Hornets have been doing the last couple of years, where they just make the play in, kind of make some noise with their young core, and then kind of leave it at that.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that as a Pistons fan.
Oh yeah.
I'll be honest, I'm not huge on DeAndre Ayton. I'm not. He's shown that in Phoenix he was given the best point guard that centers could ask for, and he's soft.
I will give him the props that I think when Chris Paul came around, he still stepped it up a little bit, but not as much as you'd like him to.
No. And that worries me that he's going to be soft, because you can't be soft if you play for Detroit.
No, you can't.
Our starting center tried to fight LeBron.
Our starting center is 6'7" and tried to fight LeBron, dude. Like, you got to play like that. You got to play like
Isaiah
LeBron.
Stewart needs to be a linebacker for the Pistons or the Lions.
Dude, he would be beef stew. That dude would be sick as a linebacker. But if we don't get DeAndre Ayton, we need to pursue the guy you've been saying this whole time, Miles Bridges.
He's from Michigan. It just makes sense.
It does make sense, especially since we drafted Jalen Durant. We're kind of weak at the power forward spot now.
Who is our starter? Oh, it's Jeremy Grant.
It was Jeremy Grant, so it ended up being Marvin Bagley.
Oh, I don't like that.
I still like that we have Bagley. He wasn't bad when he played for Detroit last year, but he shouldn't be starting.
No.
He would be great coming off the bench. Miles Bridges would make our starting lineup complete, really.
Yeah. Because you'd have Kate at the 1, Ivy at the 2, Sadiq at the 3, Bridges at the 4, and Durant at the 5,
or 8, or both.
We can. I think we can afford both, can't we?
I don't know if we can afford both, but I know we do have the most salary cap room out of any team this year.
Well, we've got like 56 mil.
Yeah.
So let's do some quick math. That's 28. That's two 28 mil contracts.
We could. It's super unrealistic that we even get both, but that would
be it's super unrealistic.
That would be so
Miles Bridges will probably go back to Charlotte.
If we don't walk out of this free agency with at least one of those two guys, I'll be a little bit sad, but not too sad because we still had a great draft.
Yeah. Troy Weaver has been killer in the draft room since he got here.
He has.
Speaking of killers, let's talk about a team killer.
Oh, yeah?
In Kyrie Irving.
Trade rumors. He's put out his want list pretty much.
His short list that's not short at all.
Yeah. Any team that made it out of the second round last year, plus the Clippers and the Lakers.
Yeah. It's, quote, I read this thing. It was like he's daring the front office to not re-sign him.
Wow. Now, I was messing around on 2K yesterday trying to just trade away everybody from Brooklyn, see what we could get, and just do a fresh start. Now, when I tell you, that was the hardest thing I've ever done in 2K. Trying to trade Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant and get back something good. The hardest thing in my life. I was sitting here throwing offers to the Knicks, like, give me back Evan Fournier and Alec Burks and 2 first-round picks, and they still said no. 2K's bad. 2K's bad. But
2K's bad.
I think
out of that list of teams that he released, what do you think would be the most interesting?
Most interesting? I would love to see him in a Clippers jersey.
That's what I've been saying.
I want him to go to the Clippers, but I don't know how the Clippers do that.
They've got a bunch of contracts that range from like 9 mil to 17 mil. So it would have to be a sign and trade.
It would have to be like 3 players involved, and like they're not trading Kyrie without getting picks back.
Yeah, the Clippers don't have any picks to give though. The Thunder have them all.
Yeah. we've also seen like teams like the Lakers, but you have to trade Russell Westbrook to get that done, and that's
Do you think Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant could play together? We obviously from like a skill perspective, we know they can, but like from a emotional perspective,
I don't think so. I don't
you think Russ
remember.
still hates him?
Now, obviously, we're just two dudes sitting in our bedroom. We don't know what their relationship is like, but I don't think they left off on the greatest terms,
Well, no.
if I remember correctly. They had some beef. I don't think that would be a good idea. And like Kevin Durant's been telling the front office supposedly that if Kyrie's gone, he's probably requesting a trade.
No, it came out yesterday. He was like, "Yeah, no matter what, I'm staying."
I have not seen that.
I don't. Then again, I don't remember where I saw that, so it might not be true.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that he leaves though. I don't think that KD leaves.
See, like, I don't know. I don't even know what kind of trade package you'd give up for Kevin Durant. I really don't know because like
Whatever the Nets ask for.
last time he got traded, they gave up like D'Angelo Russell and like
A first.
it's like it's Kevin Durant.
This is a double sign and trade.
Where would he want to go? Like I've been seeing
Phoenix.
That's the only place I've been seeing Photoshop jerseys of him, and it's Phoenix. But like, I don't know how you pull that off without
No
giving up
clue.
Devin Booker or something or Chris Paul. Dude, imagine if they trade Chris Paul for Kevin Durant.
Dude. DeAndre Ayton sign and trade to the Nets.
No, they would. Their starting center would be who? JaVale McGee. Is he even still over there?
Yeah, JaVale McGee's not bad actually. Like if you get rid of the memes, JaVale McGee's a pretty serviceable
Yeah,
center.
he's not bad. I like JaVale McGee, but he's getting old.
Well, yeah.
But, dude, that would be Chris Paul and not just regarding Kevin Durant or Devin Booker. Chris Paul and Kevin Durant on the same team.
Could happen.
That would be wild. That would be so wild. We
No,
have one other trade rumor.
Trade rumor / free. I think it's free agency signing actually.
Bradley Beal.
He has told Washington that he will not be coming back.
Yes.
He's not re-signing. He said he wasn't going to sign the massive extension.
Okay.
He said he wants. He hasn't listed any teams. He said he wants to play somewhere that he can win, whatever that means.
It ain't Washington.
It's not Washington. It hasn't been Washington his whole career. I've seen a lot of Miami. I don't know how Miami does that though.
Dude, they have no picks. And you're not trading a guy like Bradley Beal or Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving without getting at least one first round.
The only thing I see Miami doing is a Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson package.
Honestly, I like Tyler Hero staying in Miami. I hope they don't trade him.
Yeah, Tyler Hero needs to be a Miami Heat. He just fits.
Yeah. The only thing I've seen about Bradley Beal is him saying he's willing to do whatever it takes to win.
Yeah.
At this point in his career.
Because he's been one of the top 5 most paid players in the league for the past 6 years.
Could you see him getting traded for Russell Westbrook?
No.
No?
No.
He doesn't think the Wizards would do that again?
Not that. I just don't think that he fits the Lakers.
How does Bradley Beal not fit the Lakers?
I don't think he does.
He's everything they need. What are you talking about?
If they need shooting,
that's Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal is like a decent shooter.
Oh my God.
But if I'm thinking shooter, I'm not looking at Bradley Beal.
I mean, yeah, he's not the first guy I'm looking at, but dude, they get Bradley Beal. That's a championship team. I don't care what. Bradley Beal makes that team championship team. That team would be scary. Bradley Beal, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis.
We thought Russell Westbrook, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis would be scary, and look how that.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
Nobody thought that would be scary. Are you kidding me? Nobody thought anything of that team. Bradley Beal is exactly what the Lakers need.
You sound like a Lakers fan.
I am not a Lakers fan. I'm just confused by your blindness.
I don't think he goes to LA. I think he either works it out to go to Miami or Memphis.
Now don't give me hope. Don't give
I'm
me
not
hope.
saying- There's been no reports on any of that, but I think he could end up in Memphis.
Because I have also Memphis has been like they're gonna do something, okay? Because I've only seen it in one tweet, but there are also Kevin Durant Memphis.
Yeah, he's super big on Ja.
Yeah, and
Um,
Kevin Durant playing for my favorite team. I will walk anybody we need to down to Brooklyn to bring him over there. I'll walk him down to Brooklyn.
Since we're talking players in their favorite teams, Bradley Beal and Jason Tatum are pretty well connected to each other. Bradley Beal babysat Jason Tatum as a kid.
Yeah, I've heard that story before.
I don't know what
how would they make that happen?
I have no clue. Derek White probably would end up leaving.
Honestly, I think Jalen Brown's not leaving. He's staying.
No, I think you don't. There's three untouchable players in Boston, and it's Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Marcus Smart.
I don't know how big of an extension Time Lord got, but could you see Time Lord being used?
Part of it, yeah. I don't know how I'd feel about that because he's our defensive anchor, but
yeah.
There is one more rumor that we didn't talk about.
What's
Reports came out that CJ McCollum is trying to recruit Damien Lillard to New Orleans.
I have not seen these reports anywhere. What?
It might just be Instagram thing, but it was an ES. It was I don't remember who posted it, but I saw it while scrolling through Instagram. I don't know how to feel about that.
I don't know how they get that done. They would have to
Larry Nance would have to be in it for starters.
Larry Nance and Valanciunas, because they're not trading Brandon Ingram for Damian Lillard.
No,
they would have to be like Valanciunas, Larry Nance.
I don't think they'd trade Valanciunas.
I like Valanciunas.
Young guns. What did I say? Larry Nance, Jackson Hayes.
Do they got anybody due for an extension?
I have no clue. Trade? I don't pay attention to the Pelicans really. And then either Alvarado or Herb Jones would probably have to go, and then picks, because New Orleans has a surplus of picks between the Anthony Davis trade and the Jrue Holiday trade.
Yeah, there's
probably
no way.
Bunch of picks. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm saying that's what I saw.
Dude, just the duo of Damian Lillard and Zion, that would be sick.
Bro, that starting five is Lillard, McCollum, Ingram, Zion, Valanciunas.
They got no defense there.
Oh well.
I honestly I don't know how good I think that team would be.
That's a top 5 seed.
That's a great team. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that's a bad team, but
that's a top 5 seed.
That is an interesting team. I have not seen any Damien. We just need some moves, dude. I want some moves. This is the best time of season, off season. I'm excited for one of these dudes to find a new home.
Between free agency and trades that are going on, it's going to be crazy if anything happens.
There is so.
We thought last offseason was going to be insane too, and nothing really happened outside of Westbrook to the Lakers. I can think of off the top of my head.
Westbrook to the Lakers, and what's going to happen with Ben Simmons were the biggest stories that I can remember.
Yeah. I feel bad for Ben Simmons. He hasn't even played a game yet. They're trying to leave him.
Dude, he's going to show up. He's going to show up back to Brooklyn for vacation. It's going to be an empty training facility. It's going to be where is everybody?
That scene from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where he's just sitting in the living room. All right, so we got one more thing to talk about.
We do.
So we have been talking, and we want to expand what we talk about past basketball.
Right. We are a lover of just sports, not just basketball. We love sports.
So with that being said, this will be the last episode of White Boys Talk Hoops.
It will. It's been a journey.
We are going to rebrand. We're going to take some time, rebrand, look back and say, okay, how can we improve? Where do we want to take this from here? and come back a little bit stronger.
Yeah, because we love basketball. We also we are baseball kids. We want to talk about baseball. We love
Both
it.
of us,
We love it to death.
baseball, football. I'm semi into hockey.
Mhm.
You know, we
I'm not
just
really
love sports, and we want to talk about more than just the NBA.
Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff going on in baseball right now. Like we could talk for an hour about how bad we should fire Al Avila for the Tigers. But we'll get there. That's the whole point of this rebrand. We will get there.
So we're gonna take some time off, come back, rebrand, regroup, and give you guys a more complete podcast.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be something.
We're still gonna have all of the White Boys stuff on the channel. It's just not going to be White Boys Talk Hoops.
Oh yeah, and we're not stepping away from basketball. I think basketball is still always going to be our main focus, but we just want to be able to talk about other sports.
So we're not leaving. We're just taking a break. You know, Kings of Inconsistency, right?
Right, exactly.
We've been under the White Boys Talk name for what?
We started first episode went up first week of March, I think.
And it's now
going into July next week.
So 4 months we've been under the White Boys name. It hasn't been bad. We think we can be better though, and that's our goal with everything we do is we want to be better.
Oh yeah, we are definitely going to improve. We want to be able to just have fun with this, do whatever, like casual pod, do what we want to do, talk about basketball, talk about baseball here and there. It's going to be fun. Keep an eye out.
So with that being said, I've been Ian.
My name is Kory.
And we'll see you guys on the other side.
We'll see you.